Hello ladies and gentlemen, Seagull Green here and welcome to another video. So this is gonna be yet another subscriber request video. So we got Dio who got the tier 3 membership, and for that, for 10 bucks a month, you got an option to request a video a month. So Dio requested that I'm going to do a speedrun roster review to the point where I'm going to go on Discord and review as many rosters as I can in 30 minutes. And sorry for the delay, but I wanted to, I also didn't have much free time, but I also wanted the people who to be able to send enough rosters for me to not run out of rosters in the 30 minutes time frame. So yeah, all that being said, let's get into it. So yeah, first up we got eBay over here. So he's got a pretty solid account. Confluent Sakoman looking good, Serbench looking good. Batman Catwoman, is there any hope for her? Yeah, there's a Robin, you can definitely do that. Wait for World Dominated Chest to get yourself a Grodd as well. Serbench doesn't really look to have a combo builder for herself, so maybe start working a little bit more on Reverse Flash. He doesn't need to be that great, he just needs to be to a point where he doesn't easily die, and he'll be a great combo builder for her as well. Other than that, this roster is looking solid, and congrats. Also got Kylo Ren flexing here, so we're just gonna go over this. Last of Joker would have been my first choice for promoting a character, but you do you, my dudes. You're doing very well. Congrats. Okay, let's move on. I'm all exactive. So again, a very strong last of Joker on this account. If you do have gears for Harper Harley Quinn, make sure you try and get her as soon as possible to max stars through League Shower request, because she's gonna pull a lot of damage for you in some scenarios. Far more than Joker will, but Joker is definitely a solid choice. Other than that, it's looking pretty good. You also got the Grodd, so that's gonna be great for your Batman Ninja team. Again, it can work without Grodd, but not as well. And other than that, for the most part, this dude is really focusing on the right character, so he really knows what he's doing. Shazam wouldn't have been my first choice to upgrade as a combo builder for Confluent Sakoman because of his annoying free trigger of Special Tree, because that can be very annoying when it triggers in Soul Raids because it just wastes time, so I would consider building Dr. Fate for that purpose. Also, a Just League Flash in there with a Just League Cyborg, so that's also a solid team. Congrats, my dude, looking good. Also, Darkseid not upgrade, I love to see this, because a lot of people put all their resources into Darkseid only to figure out afterwards that he doesn't do that much. Okay, let's move on to this. I'll not read names just for the sake of time, but we got here 7-star Confluent Sakoman, and that's definitely first choice of 7-starring that I approve. Bro, everything is looking great on this roster. So you do have a Brainiac in there, so if you ever feel like you're lacking really having 6 teams, see how well Raven performs, because in some scenarios, let's say if you're in tier 1 and you know for a fact that you're gonna one-shot, Raven plus Brainiac might be more worth using than Raven plus League of Anarchy, because you're just gonna out-damage in most scenarios when you're against low health opponents. So that can be an option if you're running out of teams, or if you want to outperform your lowest performing team. Other than that, you do have an Arkham Knight Batman, so that's huge for your Harper Harley Quinn, so congrats on that one. Again, don't focus too much on Last of Joker, because at this point, since you got Harley and since you also have Arkham Knight Batman, at the point where you have Arkham Knight Batman, Last of Joker is just a choice in terms of preference. So if you want to build this character, then go ahead, my dudes, and good luck with that, but it's not gonna be really the most worthwhile investment considering that you have Arkham Knight Batman right now. What I would suggest you do is get the Justice League team to a little bit of a better state, because you don't currently have Black Manta, so they're not locked into the situation where they are used as a support character, and get them going a little bit better for some Soul Raids, because they can do well enough in Soul Raids. Also try Claw Force if you're struggling with All Blades gameplay in Soul Raids, because you might be surprised how well that will work, or at the very least how smooth the gameplay is. Also, there is the option of building Darkseid a bit and using him with Brainiac Special 1, but that is at the end of the day something very situational and up to you, and you don't need to do that. And if I had this count, I would either try to get Ravens 4 stars or try and get myself a Black Manta. But yeah, congrats! Okay, so this dude, this is a very early account, so not much to work with here. Oh, no, never mind. It's the Indian numbers or something. I thought this was a 400k, but it's a 4 mil, and he sent the other way around. So Confluent Sakoman looking good, a Black Manta in there, Black Manta plus Brainiac. Obviously, try and grade your Brainiac to max level as soon as possible, so you optimize the special 1 side of things. Don't go too hard on Martian Manhunter, because look, it's gonna be a better combo for Silver Banshee than Reverse Flash in only some very specific situations, but I guess you can use him. I guess you can switch to fully using Martian Manhunter actually, because Reverse Flash is just 3 stars and you got other things to focus on right now. So yeah, use Martian Manhunter in this situation with Silver Banshee and it's definitely gonna do fine. So yeah, you go Black Manta Brainiac, that's gonna be fine. You use Raven with Heartbreak Harley Quinn, I guess. There are a lot of characters that one more star rating would do amazing for you. So star rating is going to be very important for Silver Banshee when she gets to 5 stars, because you get that higher chance of disabling abilities. It's gonna be far more important for Heartbreak Harley Quinn as well, because she gets plus an additional 100% damage on stun targets, and is gonna be extremely important as well on... Actually, no, that's about it. You should focus on the star rating of these characters. Also, where's Robin? Where's Robin? Just 4-star Robin. Okay, forget about star rating on Catwoman. Don't try to... I mean, she's already 6 stars, but the thing that will get the most damage to your Batman Ninja Catwoman is going to be actually the star rating of Robin, because that's gonna upgrade his lethal attack damage passive. Also, you could start building the multiverse team a bit if you don't really have 6 teams properly set up. But yeah, you're doing well, my dude, and good luck. Okay, what do we have over here? 7 mil threat account, looking solid. There's sadly no Heartbreak Harley Quinn. I don't know if you grabbed the gears when they were at the start of this year for free in Arena. If you didn't, then unlucky. But yeah, Joker is definitely a solid choice if you don't have Heartbreak Harley Quinn, but that's a shame because you have Arkham Knight Batman to set up the stunts. Silver Banshee is looking decent. I guess you're using Predator Batman as a combo builder for her. I highly suggest you switch to Reverse Flash because you're gonna get a far better outcome, and you can still use your Predator Batman for when you get Harley in order to set up stunts with the special 2. But again, the special 1 Predator Batman combo with Silver Banshee is definitely valid, just an inferior choice to Reverse Flash in my opinion, though still something worth doing. And other than that is looking good enough. Stop trying to really max out those 2 characters and try to get at this point kind of 6 solid teams going, because you really need that. You got Raven in there, not sure if she's got gears, so good luck with that. This build was not necessarily sent as a request, it was sent as a reply, so we're gonna skip over it. This dude also sent them 1 by 1, so we're gonna skip over this. Okay, so we got here again an 8.9 mil thread roster. Raven's looking solid, everything is looking good. What the fuck is this? But yeah, moving on from the Primal Something, the problem with this account really is that the things that you do have are looking amazing, but that's about it. You got 1, 2, 3 teams, and I'm not counting Joker because there's only 1 EPI, and I'm surely not counting Primal Something. So you need to show some love to your other damage dealers, and you do definitely have the means. If Batman Catwoman has at the very least 2 or 3 gears, trust me, she's ready to go. Build her, even if you don't have Grodd, this will still pull some damage for you, and the Multiverse team is definitely a choice that you should consider if you have Multiverse Flash. Also another thing, make sure you try and get EPI star rating at 5 stars as soon as possible, because it's gonna add tremendous amounts of damage. Focus on star rating with Heartbreak Harley Quinn and EPI. Well, obviously, if you got somebody donating Raven shares, you're not gonna say no to that. I think this is left over from... nah, this is still from this account. You do have Multiverse Flash. You do have Multiverse Flash indeed. So you could definitely use that. Reverse Flash is also looking kind of weak. Make sure he doesn't die. So yeah, you can definitely build a Multiverse team. Now moving on to the next one. This is gonna be a 3.3 mil roster. You can flat Aquaman, Silver Banshee looking great. No Heartbreak Harley Quinn to be seen, so the Joker is definitely gonna be a good choice. Try and get all your damage dealers. Try and get 6 teams at this point. That's what you want to do. Try and get 6 teams to at the very least level 40 gears, so that they're solid in soul rates, and you can use that on and on again. There is a Black Manta. I'm not sure there are gears, but if you want to buy them, then that's definitely gonna be good for you. There's no Brainiac yet, so Manta is not gonna perform as good as you can though, so keep that in mind. And in terms of Deathstroke, since you don't really have 6 teams yet, or at the very least I don't see 6 teams really, you can use Deathstroke as a standalone character instead of putting him like in a Silver Banshee team or a Multiverse team. You can use him as a standalone character and simply base the team around him not dying. Make sure that you build his team, that you make sure he doesn't die before he uses his 3 special trees. And you got a Raven, no gear sadly, but good luck with using her. You need to be careful, but it's definitely possible. Okay, moving on. A 2 mil roster over here, Kinfly and Sakuman looking good, the Darkseid in there, an Arkham Knight Batman, and the Batman Catwoman. A good start on this account, definitely a good start. And the Martian Manhunter, don't focus on Martian Manhunter, don't focus on Darkseid anymore, because at this point he has outlived his use in Arena. I mean, use him still in Arena, but don't focus any resources on her. Kinfly and Sakuman is definitely a good choice. As soon as you get to, at the very least, 2 gears, you can start working on Batman Catwoman, just to have her there for some solid performance. Black Adam is gonna be an okay choice. But you have Silver Banshee, so I suggest starting working on Silver Banshee rather than Black Adam, because overall Silver Banshee is gonna end up pulling far more damage, but Black Adam is still a decent choice, so you can keep going with that. That Predator Batman is quite high level, I'm not sure why that is at this point, but that's good because he can do well enough for Silver Banshee, I guess, until you get her to 5 stars. He can be actually better than Reverse Flash until she's 5 stars, because you don't rely on her low chance to disable abilities. You also have an Internally Imposed Knife in there at 3 stars, but if you wanna get ever a Last of Joker, you need her at a higher star rating, and you'll eventually get her Last of Joker from League Grade drops, because his shards do drop from there, so that can be a choice for you in the future. Okay, let's move on. Kinfly and Sakuman looking good. Shazam, again, I suggest building Dr. Fate rather than Shazam, because as a combo builder, he's not reliable in stories because of that free trigger on special tree that can be quite annoying and lose you a lot of time. So Banshee, yet again, I suggest Reverse Flash, but if you do have gears for Martian Manhunter, that can definitely be a solid choice as well. There is Just League Flash in there. There is a Batman Ninja Catwoman in there. There's a Grodd. Where's Robin? Where's Robin? Is there any leftover of Robin? Nope, no leftover. Actually, there is in the first page. Bro. So we have Robin here, we have Batman Catwoman, so definitely a solid choice, and it looks like you're focusing on that. You're kind of building your Just League team as well. I suspect you have Cyborg. If you don't have Cyborg, don't build it, but if you do have Cyborg, then that's definitely the good way to go. Deathstroke, yet again, as I said to the previous dude, since you don't have really enough teams, you don't have 6 teams yet, you should rather focus on building him a team that is gonna make sure he doesn't die, rather than trying to implement him in the middle of another team. I'm doing that myself because I have 6 teams, and making a team for himself is just gonna be lose me damage, because after he's done with his percentage damages, he's not gonna do much. So yeah, other than that, going well, my dudes. Okay, Skegzol, is this the same roster or is this a different roster? Oh, it is the dude that I said he sent them 1 by 1 anyway. Okay, so yeah, King looking good, Silver Banshee looking good, Heartbreak Harley Quinn looking good. Again, not much of a point on working on both Heartbreak Harley Quinn and Last of Joker at the same time, because you're just splitting your resources for no reason, but you do you, my dude. Maybe you need Joker for League rates, because you don't seem to have Arkham Knight Batman for League rates. But look, some way you can go around that is to use Black Manta as a stun setup for Heartbreak Harley Quinn. Not as optimal as Arkham Knight Batman, but it's something you can try. And at the same time, Black Manta is not gonna do that much damage in League rates at that point, so you can use him as a setup for Harley if you feel like it. Silver Banshee team with Reverse Flash, that's what I like to see, definitely. Why Silver Harley 7 stars? You do you, my dude. Not gonna ask any questions. Multiverse Armored Supergirl could definitely be something that you could try and build. Raven and Deathstroke. Again, you could try and build your multiverse team a bit and introduce Deathstroke in there. You just do your special 2-spar fight with Deathstroke, and then you're going to quickly switch into the multiverse team and try and deal some damage that way. Definitely use your Raven as much as you can, but again, be careful because you have no gears. Robin's looking good, but again, I think his passive upgrades all the way to 6 stars, so try and get that as soon as possible. Other than that, you're doing great, dude. Okay, so here, got another Last of Joker. Is there an EPI in here? Is there an Entangling Poison Ivy in here? I don't see an Entangling Poison Ivy. So if you don't have an Entangling Poison Ivy, don't focus too much resource on this dude, because he's not gonna do that much without an Entangling Poison Ivy, and try to get there as soon as you can, since you've already invested a bunch of resources into Last of Joker. So try and get EPI as soon as possible, as soon as the chest is there. Try and get her to 5 stars to have the optimal performance. There is a Multiverse Flash in there, and I don't know what he's doing, because there's no Multiverse Armor Supergirl, but he can be used as a account builder for Silver Banshee. Again, a Shazam being built rather than Dr. Fate, and that's gonna be definitely more optimal for Arena, but suboptimal for raids and soul raids. But at this point, there's too much investment in it to go back on that, so keep using that. Just League Flash, is there a Cyborg in there? I don't see a Cyborg either. No, I don't see any Cyborg. Maybe I'm missing it. Maybe it's not in here. But unless you have a Cyborg, yet again, he's not the most worthwhile investment. But again, you might be using him as a combo builder, and you can definitely do that. Black Adam is an okay investment, but not the greatest. And you have Batman Catwoman in there. Again, as soon as there's 3 gears and there's a Robin, if there's 3 gears or 2 gears on her, you can definitely start building that, and that's gonna deal some decent damage for you. Don't touch this dude unless you have gears for him and a Cyborg to go along with him. Let's move on. Yeah, an 8.5 mil roster. This thing is looking good for the most part. Harley Quinn again not getting that much love, and I don't like to see that. Make sure you only request shards for Harley Quinn to get her going again. If you're getting Raven, then request shards for that. Multiverse Armor Supergirl in there. You don't seem to be focusing too much on your combo builders. Do you have a... Yeah, you do have a Multiverse Flash. Maybe you're missing some gears, but keep in mind you should build him nevertheless and use the Multiverse team. Because I've been running Multiverse Flash even without gears against Captain Cold and League Raids, and it can work. And even if you have a low amount of gears, you should definitely try and get him up to par with your Multiverse Armor Supergirl to make sure that he doesn't die. Because if he dies, then that pip is gonna be for the most part done. Catwoman looking good, Robin looking good in terms of star rating. I like to see that. There's a Brainiac in there, but there's not much for him to boost except for maybe Raven. So that's up to you. There's a maxed out Raiden. I don't know what that's doing there, but again, you do you, my dudes. I'm just gonna mainly focus on the raids and stories parts of it. There's a high star rating Justice League Flash and a 3-star Cyborg, so the Justice League team could be an option. You could try and get this Flash to like level 40 gears to make sure that he has some percentage values and throw him as the 6th team if you're missing that, because it's still gonna pull some decent damage and it's definitely worth doing. And it's pretty much minimal investment. Got here an 8.9 mil trade roster with a little bit of a weird top character setup. Okay, so Harley Quinn, Arkham Knight Batman is definitely gonna be a good choice. Your Entangling Poison Ivy should ideally be 5 stars, but it's gonna, again, it works perfectly, but it's gonna have peak performance at 5 stars Harley and 5 stars DPI, so that should definitely be your focus. Brainiac is not gonna do much for this roster because there's no legendaries for him to boost, so stop investing in him, and I'm not sure why you invested in him so far. Multiverse Supergirl, again, a lot of questionable investments, but it's okay, you can still salvage this. Try and get Silver Banshee to 5 stars, put her with Reverse Flash and Power Girl, that's gonna deal a lot of damage. Try and build your Dr. Fate. Build your Dr. Fate because he's gonna heavily increase the Conflant Aquaman damage as soon as he gets a little bit tanky and doesn't die that often, and as soon as he gets some fast actions in there and stuff. Dropping resources on your Arkham Knight Batman, he's enough upgraded to take you anywhere you want him to take you. Okay, so yeah, there's also an EPI in there. And stop investing into both of these. Again, you have an Arkham Knight Batman, so there's not the excuse that you need less of Joker for League Raids and Harley Quinn for Soul Raids. Again, if you want to invest in Joker and build him and you like the character, no problem. But I suggest that you go with Harley all the way first, because you're even splitting the XP capsules, as you can see over here in between them, and that's just not optimal. But again, you do you, my dude. Okay, 7-star Batman Catwoman, that's definitely something I approve. Pretty beefy Deathstroke, bro. This is a flex. This roster is for flexing purposes, so we're just gonna get through it real quick. I'll only stop if I see something heavily wrong with this. You should try and farm Brainiac more. I don't know how you got all the way to this point with your roster but didn't farm the Brainiac challenge. Even if you didn't gem refresh, you should have been able to get far more shards for him, and he's gonna come in quite useful as soon as you're going to get yourself your hands on Black Manta. And since you build Darkseid until that point, you can use him as a damage dealer with Brainiac. So yeah, definitely farm your Brainiac as much as you can the next time it comes in. And our net is looking good. The man knows what he's doing for the most part. Also, Multiverse team is a choice you should consider if you're still lacking teams and you don't really have 6 teams. And you should try and get the Deathstroke at this point, because that's gonna be some solid damage that you're gonna get with minimal investment. Okay, so here we're going to have a last of Joker, upgrades to 7 stars. Again, this roster is for the most part for flexing purposes. Get a Silver Banshee to 5 stars, save up some gems, and refresh when her challenge is gonna come back. Might come back on Halloween, guys. The Silver Banshee challenge might come back on Halloween, so yeah. Let me drink some water. I'm gonna do it like 32 minutes because I need to take out the water breaks and the introduction. Okay, so back to this. What do we have here? So yeah, there's no Arkham Knight Batman. But for the most part, that's not gonna hurt you that much because you can use a Predator Batman to set up the combos. If you do have a Predator Batman, he needs to be level 70s to have the most optimal stun duration. If you're using Harley herself as a stun setup, that's gonna be fine if you're dropping a lot of cash and you're going full Soroid artifacts. But if you're using Gold Blaze, that's gonna be heavily unoptimal, so you should consider an alternative. Again, I would rather have you build your Dr. Fate or build Dr. Fate a bit at this point because he's gonna be so much better of a combo builder for Kim Psychoman. Reverse Flash is also not looking great, so you should build him if you want to use your Silver Bench team at maximum efficiency. Just take Flash in there, and yeah, I don't really see a Cyborg, I might be missing it, but yeah. Build a Multiverse team if you want to as well. That's also going to be an option. This guy is looking good. Okay, let's move on. There's a Manta in there. Again, if you want to grab the gears, go ahead. If you don't, that's fine. You can use Manta with Brainiac, and that will create easily another team for you. Okay, this 4 mil roster, but it's already got Black Manta with gears, so that's already amazing. At this point, I suggest that you actually save up some gems to actually refresh the Brainiac challenge because it's quite cheap to refresh it, and a higher rating Brainiac will be so good for this Black Manta. So as soon as the Brainiac challenge comes back, make sure you gem refresh it every difficulty once and the third a second time to get more shards and get that going because it's a vital part of that team. There's a Last of Joker EPI team in there, that's great. King looking good. Catwoman, kind of low star rating on her, but as I said, you should mainly focus on your Batman Robin and also get your Silver Banshee going. It's gonna be hard to use her at 3 stars, so don't focus on that, but save up some gems as well to refresh her challenge and get some shards from there since you already got going a pretty decent Reverse Flash in here. There's also 3-star Harley. If you do have the gears, you could try request some shards, but she doesn't look like she's got gears. Okay, this is a Deathstroke, this is a Raven, this is a Black Manta. This roster is looking promising already. Again, a Brainiac would be amazing for you, so if you could spare the gems to refresh the challenge next time he comes back, that's gonna be great. Predator Batman as a combo builder for Harley Quinn most likely, so yeah, that's going good. Kim Psychoman, you could drop some resources into a Dr. Fate as I said previously. If you wanna use the Batman Catwoman, again, at least 2 gears and try and get Robin to a higher star rating, but right now I would personally focus on getting the Silver Banshee going at a better pace over here. You can leave King at this point for now and come back to him after you got more going, because right now you're at the point where you're really focusing on getting those 6 solo raid teams going. So yeah, you got a lot of bits and pieces that you can put together. You don't have a Just League Cyborg as far as I can see, so there's no alternative for a Just League team for you, but that's fine. So yeah, Batman team is an option if you got at the very least 2 gears. Black Manta is an option. Definitely, though try and farm Brainiac. Deathstroke, yet again, if you don't have 6 teams without Deathstroke, rather than putting him in his own team, make sure you put him in a team that makes sure he doesn't die. And yeah. And also upgrade star rating of Predator Batman before Harley. That's gonna be a little bit more efficient in terms of damage because of that stun duration. Okay, Daddy Godspeed, 8 million points. Again, a little bit of a flex roster, but yeah, Last of Joker 7 stars wouldn't have been necessarily my first choice, but maybe that was the only thing that he had shards to upgrade, because I did that myself on one account, because I simply did not have shards for 7 stars for other things. Black Manta in there at 4 stars, definitely gonna be something good for your roster. There's no Brainiac. Oh, there is a Brainiac, just at 3 stars. Again, it's worth to save up some gems to refresh the challenge for him to get him to a higher star rating. Harley Quinn 5 stars, so that's gonna be kind of peak performance in terms of her passive, same for EPI. You would obviously get more attack for 6 stars, but that's not the most priority thing. But yeah, this man clearly knows what he's doing. This guy is also 6 stars. Yeah, all around looking good, my dude. I suggest you try and get yourself a Deathstroke, because yet again, that's gonna tremendously increase your damage in soul rates, and you can mix him in with one of your weaker teams, like the Silver Banshee team. Not weaker in terms of investment, but weaker in terms of damage, or the Multiverse team here. But yeah, he's upgrading his whole roster at this point bit by bit, so it's definitely looking well. A little bit questionable choice with this dude over here, but other than that, great job, my dude. You also got the Just League team going. Great job, man. Looking good. Yeah, try and get Deathstroke. Try and get Deathstroke at this point. Since, wait, do you have Raven? Is there a Raven in there? No, there is a Deathstroke, my bad. There is a Deathstroke, but there doesn't seem to be a Raven in here. Try and get Raven. That's the next priority, get Raven. That's all where all of your gems are gonna go, get Raven. Okay, so Anime Lover. Kinfly and Sakoman looking decent, looking good. Okay, this looks very good. We're off to a very, very good start. Again, I prefer Dr. Fate rather than Shazam as a combo leader. I know Shazam is more tanky, but he's less optimal in terms of damage due to the reasons that I mentioned. Reverse Flash is looking good over here. You do have Black Manta, not sure if you do have gears. If you do have gears, you should consider building him. If you don't, then don't build him, because you can't. Brainiac, yet again, quite low star rating. There's a Harley in there. If you don't have gears, don't worry about her right now. Yeah, just try and get a Raven. Other than that, you're doing a great job, my dudes. You're really putting the resources that you have at your disposal to the maximum, and you're not promoting useless star promotions, so that's just good to see. Okay, so we got Weeblord over here. There's gonna be a Kinfly and Sakoman, there's gonna be a Batman Ninja Catwoman, a Sir Banshee, Heartbreak Harley Quinn. Yeah, looking great. EPI is high star rating, so that's great. Again, I don't know what's gonna set up your stun for Heartbreak Harley Quinn if there is a Predator Batman. I don't know, man. If you're using All Blades, it's not gonna be optimal to for her to stop her own stuns, and EPI Special 3 is yet again not the most optimal way to set up, so you might want to get the Predator Batman going for that one. Other than that, if you do ever get gears for Manta, that's definitely gonna be a good choice to invest in and pair up with Brainiac. That's gonna do some decent damage, and you're definitely focusing on the right characters and building, yet again, the teams at pretty much the max capacity that your roster can take right now. You do have Raven, so I would focus on getting Deathstroke next, because he's gonna add so much more to your roster when the enemy's health is high in soul rates. So yeah, next up, token cons. So token cons, by the way, this is already sent yesterday at 31 AM. So if I did this yesterday, I would have run out of roster. So I guess it's a good thing that I delayed it a bit. So yeah, Kinfly and Sakoman. Focus on Kinfly and Sakoman. Black Adam is gonna be an okay damage dealer, but he's not gonna take you far into the late game. Focus on Kinfly and Sakoman right now, all the resources that you have. Try and save up some gems to refresh for more shards for Silver Banshee, because at 3 stars, she's quite unusable. There is a Raven in there, so that's great. There's an Entangling Poison Ivy. Harley's got the gears. If Harley's got the gears, then definitely request shards for her and for EPI from the League Store, because that's gonna deal tremendous damage for you. You do have already a Last of Joker, so I guess that works as well. Focus on EPI then. Just focus on EPI. There's a pretty high star rating Cyborg, so you can definitely build Flash a bit to maybe level 40 gears to have one additional team if you're missing. Out on that, there's a Robin, so if you do have like 2 to 3 gears on Catwoman, there's also a possibility. You should, at this point, because you have a lot of things to work with, you should try your best to get 6 decent soul rate teams, and that would be King, Silver Banshee, Heartbreak Harley Quinn, or Last of Joker, which one of them you want. Black Adam, since you already built him, Batman Ninja Catwoman, and Justice League Flash, and you just stick Raven wherever you feel like. Okay, we got Brenton over here, so Kinfly and Sakoman looking great. Darkseid looking chunky. You do you, my dude. So there's an EPI in there, there's a Heartbreak Harley Quinn in there. Doesn't seem to be, maybe you're using Predator Batman as a stun setup, but again, if you're exclusively using this with Raven, that can work, but if not, you want a reliable stun setup for that, so that's something you should consider. Silver Banshee is great in terms of star rating, but I don't really see a good combo builder for her, so you should get your Reverse Flash to the point where he doesn't die and he has some fast sections, because that will heavily increase your Silver Banshee damage, and do it that way. There's no Batman Ninja team in here, so where are your Batman Ninja characters? So we are going to have, 4 stars, 3 stars, that's great. Where is your Catwoman? Catwoman, where's Catwoman? Wait, where? Oh, you also have Arkham Knight Batman, that's amazing! You do have Arkham Knight Batman, I didn't see him here. Get him as soon as possible to max level for that stun setup. That's gonna do so well for you. There's also a Batman Ninja Catwoman, again, very high star rating. If there's 2 gears, there's definitely a decent Batman Ninja thing to be built in here, my dudes. Stop the bullshit with her. I mean, do what you want at the end of the day, but she's not she's not something that I recommend you build. Get your Arkham Knight Batman to max level, got a League of Arkham, you got Silver Banshee team, build your combo builder for her, get Kinfly and Sakoman, get the Batman Ninja team going, just pretty much do your best to get some 6 teams going, no matter which way you have to do it. Oh boy, there's a Vixen in there. So yeah, my dudes, just try and farm Arena and Champions Arena as much as you can at this point, because you really need those Arena characters because you're lacking, and get Kinfla and Sakomen as soon as you can. But yeah, try harder in Arena and Champions Arena because you're really missing out on those Arena season character. And from characters that you got here, just spam Special 2 with Sub-Zero. Max out Sub-Zero Special 2 and spam it in Arena. Find the highest threat team possible and just spam that. The enemy is not going to be able to do anything. You're going to get some crazy results. Maybe open some chests. Open some hero chests. You have only 5 heroes. Open some hero chests. They're cheap and they're going to give you some more things for you to work with. Okay, so this thing is gonna be 6.4 mil roster. Kinfla and Sakomen in there. Then we're gonna have again, building Shazam instead of... It's fine. It's fine. It's a little bit unoptimal, okay? Reverse Flash in there with Sword of Banshee. That's gonna be good. And the Power Girl, that's hopefully in there. Just like looking good. Yeah. Again, another example of a dude that knows what he's doing. He's got an Arkham Knight Batman. If you do ever get Gears or Harper Carlucan in the first place, because I don't see her anywhere, then she's gonna be definitely a great choice. But other than that, oh, you do have Harper Carlucan. If you have Gears, build her. If you don't have Gears, do your best to get them. Maybe when if another League of Anarchy chest is going to come back. So yeah, this is looking great. Again, where's Robin? Robin is 6 stars. That's great. That's amazing, my dudes. Deathstroke, that's great. You could like try and get going a little bit of a multiverse team in there or something, some garbage team that will kind of do some damage. Or look, at this point, just put Deathstroke with Arkham Knight Batman to make sure he doesn't die and do your special 2s and you're gonna be good to go. Looking good, great progress, man. And this thing is gonna be okay, this is definitely for flexing purposes. But yeah, this is definitely looking solid. I mean, look, my dude, this is actually disappointing. How can you 7-star those characters first and not 7-star my boy Darkseid? My man. Definitely doing something wrong here. But yeah, great roster, dudes. Great roster indeed, and I see you're saving up a lot of promotion stuff. Great roster, this is definitely looking solid. A roster this for a beginner, yes, upgrade special 2 for Fall Poison Ivy is gonna do well for you in Arena, and do your best in the Arena seasons. I see you got some Arena season characters, but yeah, do your best in there. You're gonna get a lot out of it, and be in a league. If you're not in a league, get in a league as soon as possible, because you are going to need your Kinfla and Sakomen. And we're going to also take a look at this, the last roster we'll take a look at. Kinfla and Sakomen, Arena store, now! So yeah, Black Adam is fine, Shazam is fine, Just Like Flash is gonna be fine, Catwoman is fine if you got some gears for her. But yeah, do your best for Arena and Champions Arena and get Kinfla and Sakomen from League rates as soon as possible. In that was it for the roster review speedrun, boy. Whew. Sorry for the people that didn't get them reviewed, but did my best, and at this point, if I keep going, I'm not gonna be able to speak on the stream later today. But yeah, that was for this video. Thank you so much for watching. Huge thanks to Dio for being a member, and I'll see you on the next one. Goodbye!